Welcome to the opening of Summer Course 2025, Smart City, Digital Transformations and Society in Southeast Asia, organized by Center for Southeast Asian Social Studies, Universitas Gadjah Mada.
This year, we are proud to have 73 participants from 17 countries, including Indonesia, Timor-Leste, Malaysia, Philippines, Vietnam, Thailand, Cambodia, Myanmar, China, Taiwan, India, Pakistan, Yemen, Jordan, Nigeria, Romania, and Brazil. Among the participants, 26 are international and 17 are local.
Once again, welcome to our summer course program. Might the experiences, ideas, and connections from the program accompany you whenever your journey takes you.
For the case of Yogyakarta, we have Jogja Istimewa application. From the Jogja Istimewa application, you can see some of the information like restaurants located, the location of the restaurants, and then the health services, information about tourism, and lots. How to understand the cities by using urban and regional analysis, urban and regional development, and we try to develop smart city. But in which dimension? So many dimensions: smart city, smart economy, governance, environment, people, mobility, and living, and also this part coming from the Ministry of Information and Communication. Governance, branding, economy, living, society, and environment.
When we think on digital transformation and e-governance mainly, the thing is that trust is something really important when implementing those apps. The population, the citizens have to trust that that app is secure, that that app will bring the service she is waiting to receive, and it has to translate the technology into something that will really improve service delivery. And for that, and for enhancing that trust people have in the context, transparency is really important.
Car sharing means having access to a car and driving it without owning one. And what you see in the picture on the right, I took that in a museum in the Netherlands. And actually, I don't know if it's the first in the world, but it's one of the first shared cars in the world. So it looks funny, a bit like a golf cart, but it was introduced in Amsterdam in 1972 already, so that's more than half a century ago. And it's a small electric vehicle, so it was ahead of its time. I think about 50 or so were introduced in the city, and yeah, people could use them to make short trips in the city. However, if you wanted to book one, you had to do so by phone.
The third thing is get to know your city. Try to identify the good and the bad aspects of your city, the potentials and the problems that your city has. And that's why for this perspective of smart city, people-centered smart city, planning is so important. And when I say planning, it passes through a very profound diagnosis of what is going on in the city. And I know that planning is not easy in the political perspective because it takes time.
Yeah, so we need to have all the data and evidence, then we can use it for the lot of things, yeah, for analytics, yeah, for instance for AI to support the predictive analytics, for resource allocation, for planning, yeah, to have a better planning in the future if we have such kind of birth rates in this year, yeah, how many children born in this year, then we can predict and have a plan how many school, how many health facilities that we should provide in coming years. In 5 years, we have to have a elementary school and so on. Yeah. Then we have to have a planning for the transportation and also the health intervention. Yeah.
Okay, this is the type of network infrastructure. Yeah, we can categorize them into the scope, yeah, of the network. Yeah, we can have a metropolitan area network where the network covers a big city, for example, like Jakarta or Surabaya, yeah, and also to connect between cities, yeah. So this is the metropolitan area networks. The main characteristic is that it can accommodate high bandwidth, yeah, very fast communications like video transmission, for example, and also it is very reliable because the media that is used is the fiber optics.
We try to use analysis from Scopus database between 2022 to 2024, and here is the results from the viewer mapping. This is one. The results show that besides Indonesia, smart cities have also been widely adopted in India and China, and also United States and United Kingdom, Germany, Italy, and other countries.
Normally, we would observe that big companies will eat smaller companies, right?
Yeah.
But currently, even a small company can actually eat big companies. Yeah. Why? Because the company has been able to become a game changer. Of course, we can see Gojek. It's a very small company. Let me just share with you the initial story of Gojek, because this is very much similar to other ride-hailing services in many other developing countries here in the region, in Southeast Asian countries. You see,
we are talking about how urban planners should move from analog to data-informed, citizen-centric and real-time systems. The urban planners love master plan and laws. They love to talk about master plan. Before, it used to be main tools they use for city planning. But today, I am advocating, and the world is advocating, for the shift from top-down master plan to adaptive participatory planning. So this adaptive participatory planning is a kind of planning that will help us to plan for what that will be adaptable to our environment.
The cab carriers, the parcel deliverers, they are often blocking the road. And we've been looking into the question, would it be possible to just really put together all the deliveries, irrespective of the company, be it DHL or UPS or TNT or FedEx or whatever, and bring them into a more sustainable delivery vehicle and deliver them. And we analyzed what would, how much is the potential efficiency gain from this? How many trips and how many cars can be saved? And what we found was crazy, because if you do that, if you consolidate deliveries across different companies, you can save up to 75% of trips and delivery cars, because of course many of them, they run empty, right? And they only run to their own customers.
This is the community you can see. Yeah. And a very simple idea. Using the RABTS stations, turn it into the information center, right? Using the board, electrical automatic board, right? Inform about communities informations, big digital screen as a communication board, sharing the bike at the BTS station using the app, sharing the bike to run through the neighborhood like this. It's simple.
From IoT, then they will collect the data. Yeah, the data is processed, cleaned, and analyzed to generate insights for the urban system. And then the data fits into the digital model, yeah, to make the models more accurate, yeah, more realistic, yeah, for the physical assets like building, road networks, and utilities, yeah. And then from there we can evolve into 3D immersive environment like the metaverse, where citizens, policymakers, and developers, those stakeholders can visualize and interact with urban data for planning and also collaboration.
Public transportation is formally it is formally delivered by an institution. Yeah. That is about public transportation 10 years ago. But nowadays, Gojek revolutionized that kind of concept. Yeah, Gojek redefines public transformation, yeah, so that now public transport services do not have to be offered by formal organization. Yeah, everyone can also give or contribute to the public transport service.
The Spanish-American War in 1898, and as a result of that war, the Philippines became a U.S. colony, and as a U.S. colony, there were influences from the United States, and the City Beautiful movement, which was started in Chicago, spearheaded by a fellow named Daniel Burnham, was based on, again, monumentalism, physical plans, monumentalism, broad thoroughfares, appearances, so to speak.
The technology is rather fascinating, and the advances are pretty staggering. But it's not just advances in technology. It is also an upsurge in power. These tech bros can control not just the private data that
there is a comparatively significant the regional difference. The cities of Africa in the early phase of the development are plotted in the area of low density and the high public transport share in the chart. On the other hand, the city in Latin America shows a relatively high share of the public transport regardless of the level of urban density. The cities in Asia that shows applicable tendency of correlation.
So creative cities are defined as urban complexes where cultural activities are an integral part of the city's economic and social functioning. So the keyword here is culture, cultural creativity. Yeah, how you rebuild and reimagine those culture with creativity. And very clearly, those cities would need to have, if you want it to be successful, this is the formula, you need to have all your different stakeholders.
Smart health and smart cities are interconnected. They share common goals of improving quality of life, enhancing efficiency, and promoting sustainability through the use of advanced technology and data-driven decision-making. Both smart cities and smart health emphasize sustainability. Smart cities focus on creating sustainable urban environment, which include reducing healthcare costs by promoting healthier lifestyle and preventive care. And smart health initiatives support sustainability by reducing the carbon footprint or healthcare delivery through telemedicine.
Conceptually, of course, we have so many conceptual framework when we talk about smart cities. This is something that is based on our experience in Indonesia, that actually the idea of smart cities should be based on culture, structure, and nature. We then talk about culture, meaning we talk about tradition, innovation, the way people see about the technology, of course. When we talk about structure, it can be really a general structure, like political structure, but it can also means the infrastructure and also and regulation. Some people call it superstructure.
We need this system approach, not one by one, to work within the we call the water system. But this physical water system also linked to the what we call urban area. Some of the city also linked to the coastal area. Yeah? The water flowing to the sea, to the coastal area, just make it simple. At the same time, the water here related to the river basin. Many water coming from the upstream of the city. At the same time, on the downstream side, subject to the river basin. So this understanding of the system important. I mean, if we want to very much holistically address some of the issue, we may have to go around. Depend how far, how much you want to deal with. Because some people may prefer, oh, don't go too far. Because
there are many motivation, like perhaps someone do a cyber theft because of personal benefit, like personal benefit because of money. And the second is because of motivation is surveillance. And the third motivation is military technology theft and fraud, extortion, operational disruption, and propaganda or cyberbombs. This is why someone do cyber theft. There are many motivation here. So the threat is come from the source come from PC, laptop, iPad, smartphone device, or you install application intentionally or accidentally. Yeah.
In the big accommodation or the hotel in Thailand, Bangkok, and also in the big city, you use the smart card, and then they scan your face. You enter to the building. If you not live in there, you not register, they not allow you. In the past, we just use only the security, but now the smart technology will change just only one card, and then they know information about you. Did you live in which floor? You can allow to use the swimming pool, and yeah, and yeah, this is also information that many private sector hotel in Thailand and accommodation in Thailand use it.
They host Gen-Z targeted events like Jogja Marathon and Prambanan Jazz, which is the latest music festival, and it blends lifestyle and culture, which can improve the economic opportunities there.
For Bandung, there are area traffic control system or ATCS. It optimizes the road network performance by coordinating traffic signals at every intersection, and also the citizens can view the CCTV of certain intersection.
Efficient route planning and timely use waste collections. Its operations are organized by zones covering hospital, clinics, and commercial waste sources. The YCTC Municipal mobile application show here enables better coordination management and transparency in waste collection services.
Lahore Knowledge Park and 8 52-acre hub on Bednia Road is being developed to support digital education through universities and research centers. ComSat Institute of Information Technology Lahore is enhancing programming education by automating C++ assessments and feedback. These initiatives reflect Lahore's strategic focus on advancing digital education through innovation.
Manila is a model for tropical and resilient smart cities. Manila doesn't just want to be digital, it wants to be connected, inclusive, and alive.
It brings together students from different backgrounds and different experiences, those in practice and those who are a lot more theoretical. I think this intersection of experiences, both in terms of discipline, but also in terms of geographies, brings great variety, diversity, and richness of experiences to the course.
Now there's no one size fits all. Yeah, you cannot just take a concept and just think that it could work wonders for your city. You should look at it in terms of its promise, its potential, and what could possibly and potentially go wrong at the same time, and to strike a balance and always think along the lines of building cities that are sustainable, smart, creative, inclusive, and resilient as we move to the future.
City Naldas, surrounded by key landmarks like Sultan Palace, the Kraton, which play a big role in the city's culture identity.
I really enjoyed the presentation. They combined the theoretical aspects with practical aspects. Too bad they were concentrating too much on the theoretical aspects, and they were having to move fast when they were presenting the practical aspects. But in my opinion, it was a very good presentation. They succeeded to emphasize all the main good things that happened in Yogyakarta after becoming a smart city.
Congratulations for your very excellent presentation. Yeah. 2 points from me. It is about the master plan of smart city in your country. Is there any specific master plan product, especially for the smart city? And the second one about the smart mobility.
This program mean a lot for me because I see a lot information for another country, and this is very good for us for the knowledge, for the case study, and that's why I'm here and happy to be here. And just so happy to be here, and that's why I can interact with the professor, interact with you guys, and that is more experience for me, and I can gain more experience more than online session. That's why.
It's really interested because this is important to my future. When I come back to my country in Timor-Leste, I can do something or contribute to my country through what I know or what I get from this course.
We make connections through education and learning, and this is going to be like a lifelong learning and connections. I hope that in the future we be part of some of the research or some of the project about smart city digital transformation.
On behalf of the Center of Southeast Asian Social Studies, Universitas Gadjah Mada, we would like to say thank you very much for your attendance, attentions, and very bright participations. Thank you and see you again.
Thanks.